And so I was able to talk to people in Canada or on the other side of the country about their drag and their spirituality. And so a lot of my intention behind talking with drag artists about their spirituality was as an extension of my chaplaincy. I feel called to be with people around death and dying to self in the form of identities. And I feel like that's when we come to have a new identity that we feel like doesn't allow us to have God in our life anymore, or religion or whatever. And I just want to help people see that you don't, like, maybe God of your understanding will shift, but it doesn't have to go away. And you can look for it. And it might even be helpful for you to look for it as you're going through that process. And so that's kind of like my goal that I want to do with people, but how do you find those people who need that, or those sorts of things? So in some ways, the podcast is outreach, or having these conversations is outreach in the sense of letting other people know that this is a possibility, but also like I wanted to work with these drag artists to help them integrate their drag with their spirituality. And so the conversations that I have are kind of across their lifespan. And the whole idea is for them to be able to just talk about drag and spirituality at the same time in the same place, because there's not many places that you can do that very openly and candidly. And so in doing that, in helping people lace their narrative with a spiritual thread, especially a narrative thought to be without God, it allows you to begin to see like God where God wasn't before, kind of like when I talked about like my substance, like getting into drug use and club scenes was like my savior to some degree. I feel like being able to go back in time and looking at these sorts of things, they're able to change their narrative. And I think it reminds us of our resilience. It builds our faith, and it gives us hope that when we're in that spot again, where we believe we're not worthy, or we can't see God, or like we're having problems with our church, or like whatever, that we can still have some sort of hope and maybe even faith, or knowing that it's here. I'm just struggling to understand it, or to grasp it, or to see it. And so a lot of the interview process is really to try to help people have this experience